This is my new video on YouTube about legendary martial artist Bruce Lee. In case you don't know, today's the anniversary when he died July 20th, 1973 in Hong Kong, China, when filming the movie Game of Death. Bruce Lee was born November 27th, 1940 in San Francisco, California. His father was a producer, and he actually was a child star starting back in the 40s. He eventually became obsessed with martial arts and learned different styles. He eventually got into fights while living in China. Eventually, he got in the fight with the son, who was a guy who was the son of a Chinese gang member. The police came to the door and said to his mom and dad that if he gets into one more fight, they were going to have to put him in jail. So to keep him from going to jail, they sent him to San Francisco, his hometown, to be with some friends. And then eventually he wanted to be a movie star, and he co-starred in The Green Hornet as Kato. Eventually the show was canceled. He wanted to express himself with martial arts. He eventually became a big movie star. One of his biggest films was Fists of Fury. That became a big hit, and then eventually came Way of the Dragon, where he and Chuck Norris fought, and Chuck Norris was a bad guy in the video. Then came his most famous movie, Enter the Dragon. That became a big hit too. Then he did the movie Game of Death, but unfortunately for him, he died unexpectedly. He complained of a headache to one of the female actresses he was co-starring with. He complained of a headache, and then the next day, he died of allergic reaction to a headache pill. And then she tried to revive and get help, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead. He left behind a wife and 2 children, his son Brandon and his daughter Shannon. His son wanted to be just like his father. He started learning martial arts from his dad as soon as he could start walking. But unfortunately for his son Brandon, he met the same tragedy. His son was born February 1st, 1965 in Oakland, California, and he was half his father's age when he died years later. He died March 31st, 1993, while doing the shooting part to The Crow. He died unexpectedly, and his death has also been controversial. Many have speculated it was nothing but murder. Why? Because many didn't like that Bruce Lee was revealing too many martial arts secrets. He also was giving out things that they didn't like about him revealing their styles. Many have speculated because he had ties to organized crime, including all the mafias. But they think the biggest reason for his death was like Martin Luther King Jr. before him. He was murdered. He believed that everyone should be treated equal no matter what color, race, or religion they are. And all the non-whites he taught, he always said it best: if your heart is good, I'll teach you. But he made them promise not to say nothing because he wasn't supposed to do that. Eventually, word got out that he was teaching non-Chinese their styles. They tried to force him to shut down his martial arts school, but he refused, and he fought back and was hard-headed about it. And many speculated what he did eventually led to his untimely death at the age of 32 in Hong Kong. Many speculate his son was murdered for kind of the same reason, because they feared he was going to be just like his father. And it's been controversial ever since they died. But to this day, he still is the biggest name in martial arts. And rest in peace to the king of all martial arts. And remember what I just said, And God bless the Lee family always, and may God be with all his children always.